So for over 20 years, I've used the #1 ball in golf, but I'm really interested with the direct consumer market, which is growing massively. So today, I'm going to test the Vice golf balls. This is the equivalent to the ball I play. I'm going to show you how we selected this on the ball selector off their website. But I'm out on the golf course, we're going to do some testing, driver, 7-iron, half wedge, chipping and putting. I'm going to see, just maybe, am I going to change golf ball for the first time in over 20 years? So like more and more companies now, Vice Golf offer you the opportunity to go through the various sections on the website, and in the fitting section, you'll see ball fitting. Click on there and some very simple questions to answer. So for me there, male, been playing golf longer than 7 years, average round, less than 74, good that they're not going into too much detail. White ball is my preference. How far do I carry? Probably around 170, but I'm going to say that 155 to 170. How far do I hit driver? 260 to 290 is a general rule. And remember, if you're going to put false information in, you're just not going to get the right decision on golf ball. So be as honest as you can as you run through. Would you rather have 10 yards off the tee or reduced dispersion? I would say I don't particularly bothered about either of those. Short game, I'd always love a little bit more spin. This is the beauty. You can pick what you want from a golf ball to give you the best performance. What's more important to you when selecting a ball? For me, probably best performance. And then characteristics, probably always looking for more spin on short game. Then probably distance control, feel and feedback, probably second for me there. And price point for me is bottom, but I do appreciate that'll be different for some of the golfers out there. Click on your results, and we can see there, perfect match for me is the Pro Plus, or the Pro as a second, but you might see very different. So I've gone with the first choice for me on the website. So I'm going to start with driver. I'm going to be normalised on TrackMan. I'm going to show you the numbers shot by shot, but then I'm going to show you what the average is, and I'm going to show you as well what my normal numbers would be with the Pro V1X. So 14th hole, straight away at Blackpool Tower, and let's see how this ball performs. So I've ripped it, so it's a good one to start with. We're looking at 104 mile an hour, nearly 105 mile an hour club speed, launched at 14 degrees, carried 240, rolled out 262, and spin at 1900. So really good numbers. But it does help that I hit that flush out of the middle. So let's go again, ball 2. That one not quite as good, just cutting a little bit. That one's going to be just off the edge of the fairway. So club speed about the same, launch pretty similar. Now that one spun up a bit, but that was definitely just a little bit heely. And this is the big thing when we talk about spin rate off driver and how important the ball is, strike is a bigger influence. So again, shot 3, see if we can have another good one. Again, little cutty one, not a million miles off where the other one went. But again, pretty similar numbers, spinning a little bit lower. Certainly carrying total down, maybe a little bit on where I would normally be. That one's a little bit low off the face and just drawing. So it's a good job we're not looking at how many fairways I've hit, because certainly there's only one on the fairway so far. But again, numbers pretty good, spin rate what I would want. Carried down, but that's because it was just a low ball flight. But last couple. There's one in the fairway. And again, good solid strike. Maybe just right edge. Again, numbers Pretty typical clubhead speed, launch, spin, just under 2,600, and carry and total about what we're seeing today. So let's go one more. That one's absolutely ripped, straight down the middle. At least we started with a good one, finished with a good one. Again, clubhead speed, 103. Launch is good, spin at 1800. So the good strike spin's definitely on the low side, which I like. Feels great off the face. So let's move down the fairway now and hit some 7-irons into the green. Right, so I'm in the fairway. Now, for anyone eagle-eyed might notice, I'm not on the 14th fairway, and it's not because I'm that wide, I'm on the 11th fairway. The course is busy, we've just found somewhere where I can actually hit some shots. So from the fairway, 7-iron, I'm about my distance that I would expect into the green. Again, I'm going to get some feedback from TrackMan. I know what my numbers are with Pro V, so it'll just be interesting that off driver, the ball was great. Let's see how good it is now with 6-iron. Or even 7-iron. Right, so I've ripped it. And that one is about 3 foot away. So clubhead speed, about where I'd want, 85. Launched at 20, spin at 5,000 and carry 175. So that's a little bit longer than I would normally see. And the spin rate just a touch lower, but I don't mind. They're still decent numbers. Right, shot number 2. Oh, stop it. Maybe I should just leave myself this into every green. Okay, so that one, slightly slower clubhead speed. Launch was good. Now that one spun a lot, 7,700 yards. And we see that's cost me some distance. So that's a little bit worrying because they were both good strikes, but really different performance. Okay, shot 3. Well, I've got it on a string, just need the ball to perform. Again, a good one, very like the first one, clubhead speed. Launch was good. Carry almost identical to the first one, and the spin at just under 5,000. And before anybody comments, yes, I'm going to replace my divots. Again, another one, just drifting a little bit on the breeze, but on the green. Again, good clubhead speed. Launch was good, but that one's spinning at 7,000. So there's a little bit of a concern there that they're so different on the spin, but we'll look at the averages later and see. But like I said, it's on the green. It just wouldn't have quite got as close as the 2 good ones. So last couple. Ooh, now that one just drawing a little bit. It's going to be just left of the green. Good speed. Let's look at that performance because this is key, isn't it? So again, like the lower spinning ones, just under 5,000, and then that's going a little bit further. Right, so one final one. Now, anyone who's interested in the fact that I've actually hit so many accurate iron shots, did a great little video about what Bryson does with his lead arm, and I'm using that, and I have to say, it was good on the video, but it's definitely working out here. So one final one. Got a little bit more into the ground there, great strike. Now that one's actually got back edge, so clubhead speed consistent, really low spin there, so 3,100, and that's long. I mean, 180 carry and 196. It's on the green there, but that would miss green sometimes. So I have to be honest, the ball feels great off 7-iron, but maybe not as consistent as I would like to see with 7-iron. So it'll be interesting when I'm hitting my little 65, 70 yard shot, what the spin rates are like with that. Right, so we're now at, dare I say it, my trusty half swing 56 degree wedge. Kind of around about that 65 yard carry, 66 exactly. Obviously I've not hit the 7 iron 100 yards to get here. I've retrieved the golf balls and come back to the fairway, just in case any of you are about to comment. But my little half swing, I know my numbers, and the reason I play Pro V1X normally is this is the shot where I see the most spin, and for me as a golfer, this is where I want the most control. So 6 shots, let's see how it performs. Felt great off the club face. Nice result. Carried 74 on normalised. Spin at 6,000, so that's just fractionally lower than I would see. Like I said, I'll put the Pro V1 numbers up, but that's maybe a little lower than I would normally see. Well, it looks like the actual practice I've actually been doing has paid off on those. So again, bang on, but again, 4,900 spin. And that's the key one for me. The distance, an element is spin, but it's about me being consistent. But they're definitely just spinning a little bit less than I would normally be. That one's a little bit pulled. Distance control was good, but accuracy was, if you watch your cricket, the umpire would call a wide for that one. But again, spin 4.6, so just on that lower side. For me, this is probably performing a bit more like Pro V1 rather than the X with this shot. Maybe just fractionally shorter. On the green, that one just releasing a little bit. Now that one there, only spun at 2,000, so that's really, really low spin. And, you know, it's dry out here today. That was a good strike, so a little concerning with those numbers. Okay. Again, good strike. Right next to the flag. 4.5. So that's definitely, I think, round about the numbers we're looking here. 4.5 to 5,000 for me. And let's go one last one. I mean, the carry distance is very, very consistent, so I could learn to play with that. Again, good shot. I'm pretty trusty, even though the number's slightly different. 5.3 spin, 72.5 carry. So again, I like the feel. Definitely spins a bit less, which isn't necessarily perfect for me. And there was that one that was extremely low. Now, the consistency of golf balls, I'm not going to get too much into that. Even with premium balls, sometimes you do see a little inconsistency, and that's the manufacturing process. But all in all, not too bad with the old trusty Harswing 56. Right, so just off the edge of the green, I've just hit wedge shots in, not to here before you comment. And if you haven't watched that bit, just watch, because there's some interesting numbers on the wedge shots. But just a pretty straightforward chip shot. I'm going to play this with a bit more loft than I would normally play it. So I'm going to use my 56. Now this is a little bit about performance, but it's a bit more about feel for me with the golf ball. The Pro V1X that I play is quite a firm feeling golf ball, and it's a bit clicky, but I'm kind of used to that. So it'll be interesting to see how this ball feels and performs. Feel-wise, see, and I am awful with feel, but I would say that probably just feels a little softer than Pro V1X. It wasn't a great strike, but okay. Yeah, I definitely feel it maybe just releases a little bit more than X. But again, it's not necessarily a case of it has to perform exactly like Pro V1X for me. As long as a ball performs relatively consistently, you can adapt if you need to those little changes. Go in. So playing billiards, but yeah, so yeah, it definitely feels different and it would take a bit of getting used to for me, but I don't dislike the feel. And obviously result-wise, as long as I'm consistent, results are consistent. But for chipping, yeah, pretty good for the ball. So I know it's not a big thing for a lot of golfers, but we can see the little alignment aid on the side of the golf ball. For some of you out there, that just might be something nice that you don't have to draw on the golf ball yourself. For me personally, I don't. I like it to be nice and clear so I don't see anything. But yeah, that's not a bad little alignment aid on the side of the ball. Right, so I've dotted some golf balls around the 11th green, different lengths, different breaks. But the key thing with golf ball performance isn't like it is with the other clubs about launch angle and spin. This is about feel. So my normal ball is a firmer feel, but certainly the feedback so far through the bag has been that this is maybe just a little bit softer than I'm used to. Now, that obviously can play a big difference in distance control. So that's my excuse early on. But let's go through my routine and hit some putts. Okay, not bad. Don't mind that. Left myself, didn't go in, but left myself a little uphill putt. Not too bad. Right, straight uphill this one. Slow up there. Oh. See, so these aren't magic either, these don't go in. Right, big right to lefter on this one. So speed control's not been bad so far. So this one downhill and right to left. Hello. And then a little hopeful tap in, 3 feet, left to right. Not bad. So like I said, ball definitely feels different. I could get used to that because I have played, even though it's a long time ago, I have played softer golf ball. So I do genuinely like the performance of the ball. A little bit concerned with some of the inconsistencies with 7-iron, but you'll always get that when you're out on the grass, maybe a blade of grass in between. But it's a good ball. Now, I'm going to pop a link in my description for any of you that want to try the Vice ball. You know, get on there, have a look, go through the ball selector like I did, and it'll tell you that what they think is the best ball for you. Price point, these are about just over half the price of Pro V. So if you're somebody who does lose golf balls, you might go, a little bit of inconsistency with performance, I don't mind because I shell a few, and at £5–6, and I'm guessing maybe like $7–8 a ball, Pro V can get expensive if you're losing them. Now, at the time of filming, I haven't got a specific code for me, but if by the time I post that, I have got my specific code, that will be in the description. But if you're looking for a new golf ball, it's definitely worth trying Vice golf balls. They might, just might, be going in my golf bag.